Yeah, I don't know if I've come across that one.
I haven't.
Supposed to help
But,
out, I'm pretty sure.
well, that'll be the last slide.
Okay.
For those that are tuning in, last slide, we're going to dive into something very, very, I don't know if it's deep or if I'm going to be spanking somebody or if I'm going to be educating. I don't know where this is going to go.
I think it's probably going to depend on who's listening as far as what they're going to hear. So, all good. Now I'm excited. This will be interesting. I'm going to hand it back to you.
All right, do your thing where we're sitting on the side. Look, folks, I cannot break it down any easier. We build one facility at a time. We do not take government money. No leadership team member will ever get paid. And all praise and glory goes to the Father for our blessings. Understand that.
Pretty sure since the beginning, that's the only thing I've ever heard is we're going to build one facility at a time. That's always been the message.
Yeah. So now, how do people help us? Let's see. I don't know if it's your left, my right, but that big shield.
Mm-hmm.
They have earned the right to be part of our mission. So locate and support them. Oh, where are they? Go to our website and find out. Check your vet. That started off as a holiday thing, but you know what? The number keeps climbing, so I'm going to start, we're beating the bush. Check your vet every day. A text is okay. A phone call is better. But Susan, what's the best way to check your vet?
Face to face.
There you go. See, my team does learn.
We try.
I love it. I love it. And of course, scan the QR code. Go to the website. Give to the mission. It all goes to the mission.
I love that.
Could you explain that slide, Sue?
If I will start with the Lord is on the board. That actually, I really like that graphic. So when we were in a leadership meeting, a week ago, 2 weeks ago, I forget which week it was now. The way the conversation went, that was a comment that Mark actually had brought up, because we're saying that God will, rule number one, God will never leave the mission. And he was saying something about, the Lord is on the board. We're like, wait, say that again. The Lord is on the board and not leaving. He's center to everything that's going on here. So to put it in those terms, I think is very appropriate. It sends the right message. And actually, I was going to say the circle right next to it saying Jesus is King, and the veteran kingdom members, all the things that you see on here. Again, join the mission. Two Posts and Map to Manhood both have absolutely stepped in, and you can find links to them on projectdiehard.org. You see those logos. Find those logos on that front page. Just scroll down, click on it. You can go and see what they're all about, and they are wonderful, wonderful people that are here to help. And they've put their hand up and said, "Hey, I love what Project Die Hard is doing. I'm here and I can be doing something with the organization," and partnered up with us. And I can't even tell you what wonderful. Actually, I don't have to, because you could go back and watch some old shows that we've done. Go back and find more on both of those organizations. We've talked about them on here many times. And actually, the individuals from those programs have been here as well. So you can hear right from them what they're all about.
I think that was 3 weeks ago.
Yes. Actually, was that not like Memorial Day, correct?
You were out water skiing.
Yeah, I missed that one. I wasn't here in person. So that would be Memorial Day. So look up what was done here on Memorial Day, and you'll find all sorts of great things about them.
Now, for me on this slide, the most important thing is join the mission.
And that's in little words down there, but that is absolutely the biggest point of all of this. There are so many ways for everyone to find a place in helping out in whatever fashion that is. So yeah, join the mission.
Now, look, you're not talking to me until you get past my leadership team. For ministry partners, Ron at projectdiehard.org is the email that you reach out to. Pretty simple. This one's a little bit busier, but it basically June 3rd is the fellowship breakfast. That's this Wednesday.
Woohoo! 2 days from now.
June 6th, Operation Kinder kicks off.
Excited to hear more about that.
Well, we will. June 20th is a facility day. Yeah, folks, you don't see no email to reach out to, do you? No volunteer email, no. Finding us is part of the application process now.
Excellent. That makes a lot of sense. I like this.
If you're interested in really helping, you'll make the time to come find us and ask how you can help. The other side, the Father's table is endless. Come and take a seat. 3 rules.
I was just going to say, I like the rewrite of the 3 rules. That's short and to the point. And for those that can't read on the screen for whatever reason, if you're listening, number 1, God owns the mission. Number 2, no drugs, no alcohol, no demons. Number 3, no prostitution of veterans' pain. There you go.
There you go. Pretty simple. I look at the scripture a little smaller. That's why I take a photo of the screen, blow it up. Matthew. I'm not going to quote the actual things. I'm just going to tell you, read the book of Matthew. Pretty simple.
It's a good book.
Really good book.
Really good. Part of a bigger, really, really, really good book.
Yeah. Oh! You're going to start seeing this tomorrow on all of our socials.
Excellent.
Go find a can, scan the code, go to Paducah Bank.
Okay, this is a new code. I like this. I'm scanning this one because I think that's that is a different version than I've seen, but look at that. It goes right to it. So if anyone else wants to scan as well, please do. Take just a moment there and scan that, because fill the can. If you're hiding under a rock and not realizing what we're in the middle of right now, just kidding. Fill the can has been going on for years. We are in the middle of the entire process of Fill the Can right now. It launched, it kicked off, however you want to word it, back on Memorial Day. And it runs right now it is running and it goes through Independence Day. So this is your time. Fill the can. You can find actual physical cans at a variety of locations in Western Kentucky and Southern Illinois. And you can also do what I just did, scan that code, and it says right on there, fill the can. So pretty dang simple to go ahead and do that. Yeah, look at that. So easy. Scan the code, click a couple buttons, done. So join us and help us to raise the money needed to be doing the great work that Project Die Hard is here to do.
Yeah. Again, folks, this is our annual capital campaign. You don't see Die Hard little put your nickels and dimes everywhere, because we don't do that. First, again, that rolls back to come find us. Okay, see what we're doing. John 139. Those little jars and stuff, that's just too much work. It's hard enough to do one can event a year, and let alone maintaining all those little things around everywhere. As much as I would love to, and we need it, but yeah, it just doesn't work.
So fast to scan the code and just do it online. Everybody's doing virtual stuff nowadays anyway, so y'all are used to it. And if you're not used to it, you're probably more in my age range or older, and ask your kids or your grandkids, because they know how to do it just like that.
Mm-hmm. All right. This is Operation Kinder. I don't know. Oh, this is the last slide. So yeah, we're going to lead into this. We have the opportunity to help a ministry. On Friday, they reached out to us and they asked, can we use forward operating base Rush? I said, you're a ministry? Well, no, let me take that back. When they first reached out, and they said youth ministry, all this stuff. I shot that contact out to Todd Lingle of the CARES Foundation. Why? Because they're part of our mission. They handle nothing but kids. So who better to vet than somebody who deals with kids? They know all the questions to ask. They know all the ins and outs. And he reached out to him, had a nice talk, and then he called me and said, okay, Brian, they're worth talking to. So then things went in motion, and me and their executive director had a nice long talk. She is a veteran, but they asked us if they could use forward operating base Rush for their youth summer camp, because their facility got damaged and they can't use it this year.
Ugh.
I went, okay. What do you need from us? Let me stop this so we can. So I said, okay, what do they need? What do you need from us? Well, she said, my kids used to attend that daycare, so I know the building layout. I went, well, we made some changes.
Similar, but yeah.
She goes, we just need to use the building and the land. And I went, okay. So that came in Friday. So naturally, I put it out into our network. We got this blessing. We got this opportunity. Who are they? I can't discuss that right now because of paperwork and lawyers, and that's the worst part about being in this world today.
Can't just do a nice thing for someone. You gotta dot all the I's and cross all the T's for the what ifs.
Yeah.
Yep. Just reality nowadays. But
it is. It is. But I went out to all of our local ministries saying, hey, we got this blessing. I could use some help to make this happen. And there were 2 questions that were highlighted through all these discussions that really got under my skin. First question was, and I'm going to rephrase from this morning because the first question was, how much are you going to charge them to use the property? And then the next question was, well, what are they doing to help you make it happen?
interesting starting point there.
Well, no, I mean, there was a lot more to these conversations, Sue, but
yeah.
the takeaway was we're a ministry. We're not a church, but we're a ministry. Asking other ministries in church, and churches, to help us help another ministry.
Seems very straightforward.
For that scripture, I'm going to revert back to Luke 3:11. Anybody want to look that up and put it in the comments? That'd be cool if you did that. Just tell the world. In a nutshell, I can't quote scripture verbatim, and I'll never try. But, it does say if you have 2 coats, give one. If you have meat, give it. I.e., if you have been blessed by the Lord, share it. How does that work in sharing? So, what's sharing?
Oh boy. Well, with this in particular, I'm picturing if you've got a bunch of kids coming and using this location for their camp, that means a whole lot of parents, adults of some sort, will be dropping them off. We'll be learning about this location. We're going to know what Project Die Hard is. And I think that's a really, really, really good thing. So sharing what we have the land, we have that building, it's there. It's not being used to its full potential right now. But if this can be a way for it to be used for the good of this ministry, how is there a downside there? That sounds amazing.
In my eyes, there is no downside to it. We're helping God's kingdom grow. Are they all veterans? No, they're kids.
They're kids.
But some of the kids are kids of veterans.
Yeah, it all. Who wasn't it? Zig Ziglar, was that the right one? Who said the more people you help, the let's see, how does he word it? Basically, I'm terrible at trying to quote things, but the idea of the more you help others, the more you will grow yourself, the more you will be helping yourself in the long run. Help others succeed and you will find success.
Yeah,
So
well, again, folks, look, I fight my demons every day. This mission is my therapy. This is my therapy. What, I mean, what else do you need to know?
yep. That kind of says it all right there.
Okay. Don't you think my brothers and sisters need hope? Don't you think my brothers and sisters need a safe, secure place to learn a skill, talk, i.e., counseling, therapies, learn a skill, or just a place to come and vent? That's what they're for the community and the kingdom to come together to save veterans' lives.
I think having something like this, this is quite the blessing. I mean, you didn't search this out. This came to you. This came as a question of, hey, can this ministry utilize the property? Can we? Oh my gosh, I just feel like that's a God thing right there. That's being sent. This came to them for a reason, right? They didn't just. I don't know.
I don't know how they got our name. I don't know how all that worked out. I really don't. And I really do not care how it worked out.
Bottom line is it did.
The bottom line is a ministry has reached out needing help. Okay. I think I've put it enough now out there that if you are part of the Father's world, the kingdom, the greatness of God, you're expected to help.
What they need is something that Project Die Hard has. So why would we not share the blessings we already have?
Yeah, that's the whole thing here.
Yeah.
I revert back to Luke 3:11. Since nobody wants to put it in the chat. Oh.
He's gonna look it up.
Luke 3. He answered and said to them, who has 2 tunics, let him give to him who has none. And he who has food, let him do likewise.
Share what you have.
Again, folks, I've been diving in deep in this. Show me where Jesus said to charge another disciple for help. I'm waiting.
I got nothing on that. I'll flip it to the other side. If it was to come out that they would like to make a donation toward, for as a thank you, that's another story. But to say that we should charge them for the time, the space, all that, that's not following scripture.
That's not. If they want to give us a monetary donation when they're all done, am I going to say no? No. I'm going to take it. I'm going to pray over it, saying, Heavenly Father, take this blessing and make it tenfold. And bless those who gave it. Again, folks, let's revert back to fill the can. When we get all the tallying done, right, and all that sitting, where we sit it, I pray that over that, or it goes to the bank. If you get a gift and you don't pray that, if you get a blessing and you don't ask God to bless the giver and then to tenfold it to grow the kingdom, I don't know. I heard somebody had a question about the colors we use.
Yeah, that is a question that comes up. Is people are familiar with the Die Hard logo, and there are certain colors in that logo, and who better to give the answer than you? What can you tell us what the colors represent? Because it's not just random colors. We like this, how pretty it looks together. There's meaning behind the colors.
Yeah, meaning behind the colors. Where to start? Purple and teal.
Mm-hmm.
National Suicide Awareness colors. What's our mission?
Preventing veteran suicide.
Yeah, there you go. Red is the blood that is spilt every day in this battle, because war does not leave veterans. They may have left the combat zone, but the war never leaves. Black, we are in mourning, sadness of the veterans that every day are losing their fight to that demon. And gray, the troubled mind of a veteran. You have black, you have white. That's left, that's right, that's good, that's evil, that's boom and boom. That's locked in, right?
Mm-hmm.
But gray,
somewhere in the middle.
Somewhere in the middle. And that's where a veteran's mind is.
And that's where Project Die Hard can make a difference. Because when you get stuck in the middle there and not sure what, where to go, which way, you need some guidance. Everybody gets to that point at different times in their life where, you know what, you need to consult with others, because if anyone thinks they've got all the answers, none of us have all the answers. We're all out here doing the best we can with what we've got and trying to follow good leadership and take good counsel along the way. That's
in the Army, we have manuals. God's Army has a manual here, folks. It's right here. use it. Use the manual. Oh, he must be done with this other meeting.
Yeah, we got somebody joining us. I'm gonna go ahead and pop him in right away. Hey, Kurt, how you doing?
Does that make me Big Papa? You popped me in, really?
Popping in. Ooh, and your sound is a little crackly.
Well, that ain't any fun. Let's see if we can improve that. It's hard enough understanding what I'm saying. And it's got
it's already
crackle.
better.
Well, we know this. Wait a minute.
We're good.
Turn sideways. Are we actually doing that too?
Oh,
Are we
you didn't
coming
notice
down?
that?
Yeah, they call me Silver Sideburns, yeah.
They blend in a little. It's hard to see, but they're there. And for those
for a while,
there, I can shed a little light on that. So we, those that know us know we're into water skiing, and our ski club has actually, Kurt, you got the book next to you. You want to grab that and hold it up? The theme of our ski show this year is Ski Weed Saloon. So it's a Western theme, and check out that. You can't go wrong when you got a gator. We are the Pewaukee Gators, so the Gators are skiing to the Western theme, and that he's all full out to sport that Western theme. So,
Gator is good eating.
I have not had gator. Actually, Kurt, I think you have, haven't you?
Yeah. I went to a wild game dinner, and I think it was put in a soup, gator soup. I think I had. Yeah, it was pretty good.
I done told you all about my escape and evasion course down in Fort Polk, Louisiana, right?
You'll have to remind me if you have. It's not ringing a bell just yet.
Well, this course, it's a 3-week course. They spend like a week teaching you how all the wild vegetables and all this stuff, right? And then they do some practical stuff, but there's a week in there where they send you out into the swamps,
Jeez.
right, to survive.
Yep. Okay.
They give you a bayonet, one canteen, and water purification tablets, and that's it. Okay. Well, before you go out, they weigh you. And they say, on average, you're going to lose between 5 and 10 pounds during this week. But when I came back and they weighed me, they went, you put on 5 pounds. How?
I got an idea. Whatever, I'm right. Did you have a close encounter with the gator that you got boots now, or
No, my granddaddy taught me how to live off the land when I was 5 years old.
Yeah, you had no issues.
I had no issues out there. So yeah, gator soup. No, man, gator over an open fire.
Yeah. Roasty toasty. Love it. Thought maybe you would have a souvenir though.
Huh?
Thought maybe you'd have souvenirs, to make some boots or something from the gator skin. No?
It wasn't that big.
Oh.
Look, I'm not taking on an 8-foot gator. You got to be idiotic if you think you're going to take on an 8-foot gator.
Well, sorry, my head was go big or go home, but you wanted to go home, so
especially with the knife. Okay.
Yeah, you just had a knife.
I had a bayonet. So yeah, that little 4-foot thing. Yeah,
that was the right size.
I could deal with that one. And you ain't gonna make no boots out of that one.
Nope. So, and were you by yourself or were you in groups when you did
No,
this?
by yourself. It's you.
Dang.
Yeah,
How
this
did
is
they
not a
find you at
group
the end?
effort. Huh?
How do you find where you're supposed to be at the end? Do they give you a destination and a compass? And how does that part work?
They gave you a destination.
Just figure it out.
Yeah, you figured it out.
So what happens to those who don't figure it out? A little homing
They
device?
lose between 5 and 10 pounds.
But they still find all the guys. They don't leave it.
Yeah, all the guys are accounted for at the end. It's a controlled environment. It's controlled, but not. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha. So you're not going to totally be lost.
No, but
Okay.
you're not getting 100% support. Okay. And why is it every time at this time we go glitchy?
I don't know. You got somebody that's sucking all the Wi-Fi juices going on. Or I don't know.
I don't know.
Hard to say. We're still here.
Yeah. Since Kurt missed the slide deck, I'm going to try. Come on.
Well, and actually, while you're bringing that up, I want to just throw out a quick note. If anybody knows any veterans that are wounded in battle, any type like that, that might have an interest in doing some adaptive water skiing with us in July, actually on July 4th, near Milwaukee, Wisconsin, reach out to me because we have an opportunity on Independence Day on that morning, but currently we don't have very many signed up. So we're looking for those that this would be appropriate for.
Hey, check this out, boys and girls. You're going to see that on our networks coming soon. Okay, this is why we ask you to share the mission. Because if you're not sharing it, veterans aren't learning about it. But I want to revisit this because I think Kurt can speak to this a little bit better than we did.
What, the whole genius behind the Lord is on our board? That's what we're looking for?
No, I'm talking about the whole slide, brother. The people got the genius already from Sue. Yeah, Mark, you get all the credit, man.
So we're talking about the general concept of that Jesus won't leave the mission in terms of our few rules. So the top of our 3 rules. I guess I'm reaching for, what are you thinking that I can say to this to add on? I mean, what we do here with our mission, there's a ministry in our mission. And, your story, Brian, is, how the Lord saved you. And so it's the whole crux. When we say we're spreading hope to veteran, there is no greater source of hope than our Lord. So there you have it. It's all been akin to what I've been doing since day one, since I met you I think I knew of you, in H&P, but really didn't have a chance to really get a grip on what you were doing here and the whole thing at all until I heard you at the Facebook Live event that our one friend had us both on. So, but yeah, it's been consistent right from the get-go.
Yeah, well, it's just we were rehashing. I think we have some really cool slides tonight. Here, let's pull this one up again. because this one's important.
While you're bringing that in, I'm just going to say a big thank you to Debbie Miller, who's joining us in the background. She's got some technology issue of some sort that she can't get her camera to turn on or her mic to work, but she's here. She can hear us, and we really appreciate you, Debbie.
Kurt, what's your take on this one?
Yeah, good collection. I like how Check Your Vet is, right at the center here. And, when I look at Check Your Vet as a civilian and not being a vet, I'm really hoping that Sue and I are bridge builders here, saying all of you that aren't in the vet community, if you're looking at that hashtag and you're like, I don't have a vet, I'm kind of coming in here like, what's the matter with you? How can you not have your vet? So that's really what we hope to have happen all around the world, all across our country, all locations, local places. Let's make sure everybody out in the marketplace, the community has a vet. So when they see the hashtag Check Your Vet, that everybody's got one. And so that might take reaching out to veteran service officers, the VA, raise your hand, volunteer here at Project Die Hard, whatever it takes. Fill the can. That's really at the crux of what we're doing at this point in time. So Sue was talking about the 4th of July veteran water skiing we're going to do. So we hope that's part of, just have gobs of money come in, because everybody's out there filling the can, scanning the QR code, teaching others how to scan the QR code and do all the things, seeing the support from the bank. And, teamwork makes the dream work, and with team together, everyone achieves miracles. And that's what we're believing is happening, because God is moving mountains.
Yeah, he is. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, look, Kurt. Look, team. Everybody thinks I'm picking on Kurt. I'm not. Okay. He gives his input on the morning mission, but he's committed that first half hour or so of our podcast. And here it is, folks. These slides, they come around throughout the day on Monday to me. After discussions, after this, after that. So, see, I'm not throwing anybody under the bus. It's hey, this is a team effort.
Yeah, and speaking of under the bus, Sue and I are going to be going into a program by onthebus.biz. There's an international virtual conference that we're continuing to grow our reaches, as ambassadors here at Project Die Hard. We go in there as podcasters where people can learn about our Mission Monday program, and we give people a podcast opportunity from the metaverse of the virtual conference, and finishes up with a Zoom meeting with Chris Lipper, so on and so forth. So all these things to burrow away to get more to hunking with us and save veteran lives. That's what we're branding here.
Yeah, again, folks, this is how it works. Sue and Kurt are doing all their part. Okay, they are. But Sue, before the show, we were talking about what? I'll let you do that because I like how you did that.
I love this. So for anybody wondering if you maybe would be a good fit here, well, if you like what you see, if you like what's going on here, join us. You will fit right in. You already see what you like, join us. But you know what? If you don't like exactly what's happening, if you got ideas that, you really need to join us. Join us, make a difference. It is so easy to hop on board here and pitch in. Whatever that means for you. It is so easy for you to make a difference. Do you know that? Join us.
Okay. If you like what you see, yeah, join us. Of course. if you want to change what you see, you have to join us, and you have to prove, like Sue and like Kurt did, that you're worth me saying, yeah, let's change that.
Except for our 3 rules. 3
Right,
rules.
yeah,
those
those
3 are golden.
yeah, those 3 rules will never change. Okay, they will not. Now, hold on. I'm going to bring them back up. I think. Let me see where I can. Yeah, we'll use this one because this has it bigger. When I say those 3 rules will not change, they will not. I got to find my mouse. There it is.
Brian's getting all tacky on us. That's kind of fun.
No, I'm not.
More than you know.
All right. 3 rules. They won't never change. But you know what? Somebody said, hey, Brian, can we repackage those? I said, as long as they don't change. So, rule number 1, God owns the mission. Instead of God will never leave the mission, he owns it. I think that explains it a little bit better, right?
Yeah.
Rule number 2, no drugs, no alcohol, no demons. Those are demons. Those 2 demons lead to the demon of suicide whispering in veterans' ears. How do I know? I was one of them at one time. Rule number 3, no prostitution of veterans' pain. We are not here to make profit off a veteran. And we will not use their pain to grow the mission. If you like veterans and you have a heart, help. If you don't, why do I got to show you veteran suffering to get you to help?
Isn't the idea of veteran suicide bad enough? If that's not enough for somebody to say, hey, yeah, that's a problem, I want to help. You don't need to be exploiting those that are still here. You know, everybody goes through stuff, and that is not the way to grow this.
It's not. And again, yeah, look, folks, I said it earlier, I'm going to say it again. June 3rd is the fellowship breakfast. June 6th, Operation Kinder kicks off. June 20th, the monthly facility day. You want a paid position, you start as a volunteer. You want to volunteer? Finding us is part of the application process.
And so, for Sue and me, the transparency here is that prior to 15 years ago, we were out there like a lot of you that we're trying to reach out to. We've been married 30 years, and only half of the time did we give the time to the veterans community, to a whole lot better degree, I'm going to say. Sue and I are continuing to figure out how to make this more and more. But part of the learning curve, folks, was that, you kind of come in and you say, okay, I'm going to volunteer. I'm going to do good. I'm going to pay it forward. Like we're the givers. And look at Kurt and Sue Roscoff. How special are Kurt and Sue Roscoff? But the reality is, folks, is it's a learning process that, we learn with the veteran ministries, veteran nonprofits like Project Die Hard, the educational opportunity for veterans, like at a college like Southern Illinois University, how there's a veteran office, and how in our government learning more about veteran affairs. Not to say, still don't claim to know a lot about it, but it's interesting as we do learn about it. And veteran-owned businesses, and all the therapeutic rec out there, like with Adaptive Adventures, or all the experiences like meeting people in movies that are doing films or TV series about veterans doing this, that, and the other thing. And so when you look at the community and the human resource, that if you intentionally make yourself available as citizens to the veteran sector, I mean, the the reward, the actual life reward, when you talk about, in your life, you have a chance to add life to your days. And the way that Sue and I feel and commit to each other, that we agree that there's more life to our days because we are concertedly saying, hey, veterans, we're available. And that we put on our calendar these things where, it comes out of the veteran community, but it's available to us as non-vets. And it's just been so enriching to our lives. And we missed it the first half of our marriage. So this is a little bit of what we're trying to say. It's not just pray for us, share the mission, spend time with us, volunteer, and pay money. It's, we truly believe that this is a life premise to live by that we missed. And thanks to some of these certain experiences, we've come into it. We think we're offering you a glimpse of what we've got in our journey and saying, do you have this type of rewarding return happening in yours? That's another piece that all of you out there can look at.
Yeah, look, folks. If you haven't learned, I've repackaged my thing. Yeah, I am the founder. You cannot deny that. Can't change that 100% because I'm the guy that said something better had to be done. But
I got this. Well, at least I'll start because I laughed earlier when you said that too. Because like, okay, wait, you don't listen to others' ideas. So remember last year when you created this entire opportunity, a Saturday and a Sunday where people got together to share their ideas? You created an entire event for that to be a thing. So for anyone who says you don't listen to ideas, they can go figure out what, I don't know. That it doesn't make any sense. That means they haven't really been watching. They haven't really wrap their head around what's happening here, because that's not true at all. So I don't know, Kurt, you want to add to that at all? Because that makes me chuckle.
Yeah, I mean, I can appreciate the, the knee-jerk reaction in the comment, because, for me, it's been a growing experience, because this mission is tough, folks. The world makes it tougher than I ever thought it could be to save the lives of veterans. And so in this, energy to say, I've got a brainy idea, Brian has kind of passed on to me, this idea about we can be idea fairies and be like, Brian, let's this, that, and the other thing. But then where are the legs under it? And watching the fiscal responsibility, let's watch where we got brainy ideas of where to put a dollar when we're operating in the red. What do you think we're doing here when we're already in the red? And you're talking about ideas that would put us deeper in the red. Why are we doing that? Let's get fiscally sound. Let's get volunteers in here. Let's get legs under these ideas, because the three of us here can't sit here, and even with those Saturdays hearing all those ideas, we still need to do a matchmaking with all these great ideas. Who's going to execute it? So we need all of you out there to more concertedly bring us volunteers, that as more ideas come in, we have the human resource to execute those ideas. We're a very small team. We could use another dozen volunteers easily just to get the ball rolling. But so far, it's single digit numbers of people who are here to figure out what we're going to do with our time to, grow the mission and get money coming in, hence fill the can. So a great idea is share that QR code. For the love of veterans, let's do it.
Well, and again, folks, the point being is this: God gave the plan. Think I'm crazy, think I'm not. He's the one that gave me this plan. Don't tell me it's a dream, because no, God is not a dream. He's the Father. I've learned a lot since I started this mission. I've put resources into people that I thought would help, and they didn't. I'm not sorry. If you're not helping this mission, I don't need you around. I can't make it any plainer.
And I'm going to say with that, it's nearing the end here. And we always wrap up each Monday night with a word of hope for our veterans. So, Kurt, actually, I think I'll start with you. I'll start with you tonight.
I'm thankful you are here. I'm thankful for everything you do, what you represent, as you impact. I was talking earlier today that there's an author that made a book about 80-year-olds, and he figured out for us that statistically speaking, there's a typical thing of it. The number tends to come to him that it's about 80,000 people make the life of an 80-year-old happen. When you talk about the hospital birthing and the schooling and all the things, he went through 80 years of life and figured out 80,000 people make that life happen for 80-year-olds. At the time he wrote the book, I'm pretty confident that author probably agrees that it's a growing number. And, so when we look at life in this way, and so look at this way, an 80-year-old touched the lives, had some impact on 80,000 other lives. So you out there as a veteran, going through this dark space, there's a whole team that you represent, that you've already touched. Your soul shifted in one way or another. And this is all something that prepared you for more to come. And as we say in show business, the best is yet to come. So let it be. And I'm here to help it along if you would be so inclined. Give me a call, 262-372-1754. Shoot me a text. I enjoyed helping other veterans that way, and then enjoying getting emails from veterans, Kurt, K-U-R-T, at projectdiehard.org. I'm here to serve. Let me serve. And like I said, I appreciate you. I know you make my life better. My life is open. How about yours? Back to you, Sue.
Awesome. Thank you, Kurt. And Brian, over to you.
It doesn't change every week, sisters. It doesn't change. Be here tomorrow at this time. Okay? Do not give up. You can't. Too many people care about you. If you do that, you're just taking the easy way. And there's no such thing as the easy way. You know this. So as a video I like watching, Shut Up and Breathe. You're not allowed to die until I tell you. That's a medic in me. Back to you, Sue.
I love it. Yeah, you are here for a reason. God's not done with you yet. Stick around and join us again next week. Before that, though, if you are anywhere in the Paducah, Kentucky area, remember to show up for Project Die Hard's breakfast. The big breakfast is taking place this Wednesday. So 2 mornings from now, show up for our Veterans Breakfast at the IHOP in Paducah, Kentucky. Looking forward to getting the notes on that next week. So stop back and join us again next Monday night at 6:30 p.m. Central. And I'm sure we'll get some kind of a head count of who all was there, how many first-timers we had. And you'll get all the updates back here next time. So as always, from all of us here with Project Die Hard,